Hello everybody, today we're doing a patio ceiling. A section of the ceiling fell down, old age. The old sheetrock was held up by nails, drywall nails, so we're going to have to cut out this area. It calls for about 2.5, 2.25 sheets, so it's real easy for us to do something like this on a patio. We just back right up to it and pull the sheetrock out and get to work. But basically going to have to cut it out square. It's easy for us to cut it out square since it's going to break right at the seam, the 4-foot seam, because sheetrock's 4 foot by 8 foot. So we're just going to cut it back. And then we're going to pull all the screws and all the nails. And then we're going to install 2 sheets of drywall. Get it all hung, plenty of screws. And I'm going to turn around, scrape all the joints, then do a fiberglass mesh tape. Basically get it ready for mudding. It's pretty simple, watch and learn video. I don't know if you need me to tell you every minute what I'm doing. You can just basically watch this and know what to do just by watching us. Simple job, 2.5 sheets. Got some help on this. If you're hanging full sheets overhead, you definitely want to have a helping hand to get it lift up the sheetrock. 1/2-inch sheets, not terribly heavy, but it is awkward trying to hold an 8-foot section above your head by yourself. So it's always good to have a helping hand whenever you're doing full sheets overhead. And also, you'll know we lay it out. We don't just lay 2 8-foot sections together. You kind of stagger it out, kind of like a brick pattern. If you don't stagger out sheetrock, you're going to get what's called a railroad butt joint. Just basically, it's a long butt joint, 8 foot long or longer butt joint that creates a lot of work. We're already tying this into the old ceiling on the joint, and then the butt joints we're tying in. So it's already going to be some mud work right there. These old patio ceilings, carports, when it's exposed to the elements, the heat, the cold, everything, it takes a lot of wear and tear off the old sheetrock. Old sheetrock back in the day, they just tack nailed it up with nails. So after a while, it just gives way and falls down. That's why all the new sheetrock now we use screws. At least I use screws on everything I hang. Keeps everything nice and tight. But when you put the screws in, you just want to add screws every 3 or 4 inches. Just plenty of screws, nice and tight. I'm using 1/2-inch sheetrock here, so I'm just going to use 1.25 or 1.5 screws is all you need. I've seen guys always use 2-inch, 3-inch screws for sheetrock. Sometimes longer is not better. You just need it to go through the sheetrock and catch the stud. You don't need it to go all the way through the stud. It's just making more work for yourself. So standard for 1/2-inch sheetrock, we use 1.25 coarse screws for wood. And of course, fine thread for metal framing. There's different types of sheetrock too you can use outside. They do have a soffit board. I have someone that told me they want to hang green board on the ceiling. Never hang green board on ceilings. You can do a simple research on the internet and they'll tell you why. Green board has more air pockets in it. It's a lighter material. So it doesn't do well when you're hanging whole sheets on ceilings. It's okay if you do a little area, but whole sheets, you shouldn't use green board. You can do your own research on that. So it's just something I don't do. Someone asks for it, I'll tell them why not. But some people insist. They think green board is best because they say it doesn't mold. All that is just a spray they put on the green paper so it doesn't attract mold. Kind of like a biocide, bad chemical stuff. So you do your research on what you want to put up. But we're just using regular sheetrock. That's all the homeowner needs. Here is old carport, old house from the 1960s. So just hanging up the old sheetrock. Easy job. 2 guys to do. You can get it all hung in probably 1.5 hours, 2 hours, no problem. And then you can turn around and get it first coated. A simple, easy video. Just doing some sheetrock in here. A couple sheets of drywall. Hang it. Get it all ready. And you'll notice I use a spray glue too. This spray glue is like a red glue that I use. It's for drywall corner bead. That's an optional product. The only reason I use that is because I spray it on there and it tacks the fiberglass mesh in place. So that way the fiberglass doesn't fall down. It's especially when you're trying to tape over old sheetrock that's dusty. It doesn't like to bond to dust. So I just do that, tack it up to that spray glue. It's an optional product. It's just like one of those secrets of the trade thing that I buy it and I use it because I like to just tack the fiberglass in place. The fiberglass is going to do the same with or without it. So it's just a tacking preference that I do. That's why I use it. But you'll notice how the sheetrock's staggered out in place. That way we can do two different butt joints, and it just fades in better that way instead of one big crown joint. This one's going to be really tight, so he's just going to use a roto zip on the edge. You can also pull the sheet down and just try to cut down the edge with the razor, but it's easy for us with the roto zip on hand just to tack up the sheetrock and then roto zip it out so it fits nicely, and then add plenty of screws to tighten it all up. Also, your outside edge, you want to add screws to tighten up the old sheetrock. We always put a few screws on the outside edge, maybe even go to the next stud truss and add a few screws just to tighten up the old sheetrock. Some people want to go through and tighten up the sheetrock on the whole patio carport. That's fine and dandy, but realize you're going to have to patch each screw hole and fix everything, primer and paint. So sometimes going overboard like that's not really worth it. If you're going to go through that much trouble, you might as well just pull down all the sheetrock and re-sheetrock the whole patio so you know it's secure and new. A simple video. Hope you like it. This is going to be part 1. And then after this, we'll do a part 2 video of mudding and texturing. And then I might make a third video, just a full video. So there'll be 3 videos, just of this, getting it sheetrock, tape, coated, and texture. I'll probably get 3 videos out of it. So it's not such a long video. Well, hope you like it. Thank you.